Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me. It is Wednesday. What happens every Wednesday? I get to talk to my coach again, Russ Collio. So we were battling back and forth before we started. I said, I want to talk about events. I want to know why people should go to events, agents, mortgage people, whoever really wants to get better, and what makes for a great event. So Russ, let me ask you, you've been around the business for a while. It's certainly not your first rodeo. What makes for a great event for an agent to go to? What should they be looking for?
Can we add one more piece to this?
Absolutely.
So also want to talk to you guys about hosting events, having events.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's also an important part of what we can do to build our business. So let's talk first about events for attendance.
Yes.
Your business grows to the extent that you do.
I
want to see everybody here attending events that help them grow. So I know that there's stuff coming up in your own market. In fact, I heard today that you're speaking at something, Stacie.
That's awesome. I do.
Which I know it's a growth event. It's getting you to think differently. In fact, that'd be the other piece I'd love to push. Go to events that challenge you, because I'll ask every agent, one of my first questions when I'm meeting an agent, do you consider yourself open-minded? And what do they always say?
Yes, I am open-minded.
And then as soon as I start challenging some of their basic beliefs, all of a sudden the door slams shut.
That's right.
Yeah. They're not truly open-minded. So get in a place where you're challenging your thinking, where, you know, for me, I was always historically a very worldview one thinker, cause and effect, black and white, right and wrong. I mean, it just, you know, how it was. And as I learned in my collegiate education, there's worldview one, worldview two, which is much more perception is reality.
Yes.
Not that reality is that what people think and see and feel is. And I argued with that professor, by the way, visiting professor from Rutgers, only one that I remember from my college experience, great guy. And we really went back and forth on this because I was so locked in my way. And then finally in my 50s, I started hanging out with a guy by the name of Ron Patulski. And we start learning that maybe, just maybe, there's a different way.
Maybe you don't know everything. Maybe there's other options out there.
Maybe what I know is wrong. In fact, that's now my definition of open-minded. The belief that anything in your mindsets, anything you believe could be wrong. That's truly being open-minded. And so getting to these other places, other things, I tell you, I'm, philosophically, I converted Catholic to marry my wife. We've been Catholic 25 years. About a month ago, there was a spiritual retreat at a buddy's house. I spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday in way wild woo-woo Christian philosophy, which there's no judgment around it, just nothing I'd done before. Speaking in tongues. I mean, a fairly extreme Holy Spirit apostolic environment. And it was a blast, and I learned a lot and had some great conversations because I was willing to step into that environment.
Right. And that's part of going to a great event, really, is putting yourself out there. Even by attending, you raise to the level of the people in that room. What does the room look like? Like the talented people, like not only like number of sales and all that good stuff, but what are their MVPs, their morals, values, principles? What's their mission? What's their vision? I started going. I've been an agent for 25 years, which is insane. And for the first 15 years, I didn't go to anything. All I did was the continuing ed. Yeah. And I was on my own tiny island. I've said that a million times. It's one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. Being an agent is not putting myself out there, not going to events or traveling to events. Like what I wanted to talk about with you, Russ, was something that we learned on Clubhouse, which was taking a pause. So I was thinking about my day. My daughter's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm way too busy. I got too much going on. I got to do all this other stuff. Instead of like what we should be doing almost every day is taking a pause, taking a step back to inspect our business. And part of that is going to events. What is your take on that?
Yeah, inspecting our business, and I would say inspecting ourselves is even more important. And so it's one of the reasons, by the way, we have our 9 a.m., so 10 a.m. Eastern, our 10 a.m.
Yes.
mindset mastermind every morning, 30 minutes, 10 to 10:30, where we're getting to some cool content, which, by the way, the fun part of this, Stacie, is today's content.
For the ultimate sales machine. That is the book that we are reading. You're in Puerto Rico and I already freaking had it. Let's go.
What was Marketing Vehicle 7.6?
Virtual and live.
Events.
Whether personal or virtual.
It's literally been core content for marketing. And so you ask some of the key things that are going to make this successful.
Yes.
I want to make sure that you guys are plugging into events that are exciting, that are fun, that are cutting edge, that have content that challenges you to think differently.
Yeah, and inside and outside of real estate. I don't want people to television and say, I'm going to go to this top selling event. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn how to do a listing presentation. It has to be holistic. It's got to be well-rounded. I think that's where you were going. I don't know.
Yeah, and I was also going with brand agnostic. Yes. Our morning mindset group is totally brand. It's even industry agnostic. There's going to be things, if you guys as real estate professionals attended a home inspector training conference.
Yes.
You would pick up new ways at looking, marketing, connecting. If you attended a carpet cleaning conference, you'd pick up stuff that would be totally applicable that, by the way, 99.9% of the agents will have no idea because they're not willing to get that far out of their box.
That's a great idea. I wasn't even thinking that. I never know where our conversations are going to go. I love that you said that because it's also an awesome networking event. Besides like taking a deep dive into your business, like with home inspections, like you go to a home inspection. I took a stucco class, flipping loved it, absolutely loved it. And that helped me become a better agent. It was not a real estate class. It was not a top producer, blah, blah, blah. So
I love that you acknowledge you never know where these conversations are going to go. And by the way, that's part of what she was fighting at the beginning. We were talking about a half hour ago about the content for today.
Right.
Stacie has to know. She's got to know what the box is going to look like. And I'm all, nope. Let's just see where it goes. Listen, and so, again, thinking of you guys and events to attend.
Yes.
Other brands, other companies.
Yes.
Get into those to learn. And I talked about other industries. How about some key affiliate partners? I mean,
like
what would it be like to have a steady flow of have to sell houses? When was the last time you went, and they're a boring group, yet it could be amazing. Bankruptcy attorneys have state and national conferences. Divorce attorneys have state and probate attorneys have state.
That's a great idea.
Okay. You've got all the, and you can be there as a student and learn their way. And you might even be able to help them.
I love that. That is an awesome idea. Good nugget. Now let's talk about the flip side about hosting an event. When I had joined EXP 5.5 years ago, I was scared shitless. I wanted to have an event. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know
what weight loss program, by the way.
What'd you say?
It's a great weight loss program.
Yeah. You would think, but no.
You're over the fear now. Gosh darn it. We got to get you back scared. Challenge yourself.
So like, I think a lot of agents have the belief that's false that they're not good enough or they can't have a high level event, to which I would say, and you would say, absolutely not. Get out of your comfort zone, get in there, whether it's like a little restaurant, you rent like a basement or whatever. Like there's a lot of free options like our Tri-County, which you can have it there. There's luxury leasing. You could have an event there, but I just like the idea of it's great practice when you can repeat whatever you're teaching. I have a teaching background. I love helping agents. It's awesome practice. And if you want Start small and do a virtual event. Like do a live, like we're doing right now, a Facebook Live for 5 minutes or less. Invite people, text your friends, jump on Facebook. What tips would you give to agents who may be scared, like I was, to do an event? What would you say?
So number one, pick a topic that's going to be valuable to your audience. So pick your audience and then pick your topic who's going to be valuable. So in your market, if you want more listings, maybe you're going to do an entire event, an evening event on how to properly prepare a listing for sale, how to truly run it through that process correctly so sellers can learn. Now, that's not going to be the name of your event because it's like cream of wheat without the cozy charm. And of course, the blower guy just showed up. Are you hearing that, Stacie?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you getting your grass cut?
Yeah, my landscape guy had to show up right now. Here's the key though. Now on your marketing, it's got to catch their attention.
Yes.
And so I just want to let you guys know. So if I was going to do this listing event, my topic might be the 5 ways sellers lose money when they sell.
I love that.
Okay, now they're going to show. Now, you're going to do this marketing either through social media, through email, through internet. You're going to do all kinds, I suspect, in today's market digitally.
Yes.
So I want to give you guys an absolute nugget because the most important part right out of the gate is your subject line.
I knew you were going to say that. Share the website because I freaking love this.
Come on, you got it. You can be the expert here.
I actually just blacked out.
Stacie was already in this because this was part of our 10 a.m. earlier this week that this nugget came out from the content. So, Stacie, share. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. So, in addition to, let me back up a little bit. MailChimp campaign. MailChimp does not go to spam. Also on social media, on LinkedIn, and then also paper if you have that time. But the best website that you can test to see what are people going to open is the subject line. The website is subjectline.com. And this has been tested and tried and true, right? Right, Russ? You know more about it than I do.
Yeah, and here's the key. It'll give you a percentage rating of your subject line for being open. So you can run it through there, and you should never deliver anything if you don't have a 90% plus chance of being open just on your subject line. So you can also go back and forth between ChatGPT helping write the subject lines,
yes,
and subjectline.com testing the subject lines.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you could test it and be like, hey, is this a good subject line?
That's what subjectline.com is for, is just testing your subject lines and getting a rating. It's going to rate. It's going to say, hey, this subject line has a 12% chance of getting open.
Okay.
So it's going to keep going back and forth on that. And between the two, you get to a 90% subject line. And it should be something that piques their interest.
Yes.
And again, just like we talked earlier today about challenging your thinking, challenges their thinking about maybe knowing it all. I mean, I got to ask you, Stacie, how many sellers think it's easy to be a real estate agent, it's easy to sell a house, and what are they really missing?
There's a lot of people. I can't speak to what the percentage is, but a lot of sellers and clients, it's our fault. The consumer thinks that it's easy. We're posting things on social media like, oh, I sold this in 24 hours. I had 15, 20 offers and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, great. You're educating the public on not the work that you did that led up to that sale, but the result of the sale, which there's a huge difference. There's a lot of before work that leads up to that. So there's a lot of consumers out there that think that what we do is easy.
Yeah. And again, that post in of itself sold in 24 hours, right. 15 to 20 offers.
Right.
Add the context because my seller
yes.
followed my model. My
right.
seller spent weeks getting it prepared, making it the prettiest girl at the dance. My seller priced it appropriately. Rather than attempting to negotiate down, they knew to price it appropriately so we can negotiate up.
I'm so glad
you could share in those posts. Or if you like my 5 Steps to Seller Success PDF. Click here.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Now you're creating a lead generation channel from it, from what you're already doing. Now, the other thing, stop putting it in places that only real estate agents are. That's all about you and your ego. And that just, you look like you got commission breath. It's horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Post it in the public domain, sold in 24 hours, 15 to 20 offers. Because my seller followed my model. If you want my 5 Steps to Seller Success, click here.
That's awesome, because you're giving value. It's good content. It's good value. You're educating, you're informing. And I love that. So event, now we know, and this can apply, by the way, agents and consumers. This can apply to anything. Let's say you want to get the word out about you as an agent and the value that you provide. Go on subjectline.com. Test it out, see what works. Go on MailChimp, send your content and information, and not just listed and sold. People also want to know about their community. They want to know about a local business. They want to learn a lot of other things, maybe decorating or events, local business, that stuff, in addition to what is for sale, because that gets stale real quick, I think. I don't know.
No,
I'm sick of it.
You can educate around everything. And again, going back to our content. Yes. 5 prongs that we've been teaching. And it's from Amanda Holmes, Chet Holmes' daughter, who did a rewrite update based on today's technology. First, figure out your audience. Second, start putting stuff out that captures the information. And third, educate.
Yes.
Instead of selling, just get educating people. Be the local expert and bring it down to the micro level. Imagine for a moment. Let's use the number 10. People move once every 10 years.
Okay.
If you had a neighborhood of 400 homes that you were the market expert, that you talked to 36 times a year, including door knocking, including a local event.
Right.
You made sure everybody knew that you were the agent for them. That would mean
40 a year, right?
That would mean 40 deals a year.
40. Okay. Yeah. See, my math's off. I was track 3.
400 homes once every 10 years means 40 deals a year.
Okay. And so you don't need, so this isn't about the number of leads that you have. It's being consistent and funneling and going deep down, right? And that's another takeaway.
Yeah, it's actually building the relationships. And by the way, events are one of the greatest places to build relationships. You should have a part of your world, a part of your audience that are your advocates, your top 100. You should be deepening those relationships. So many agents are transactional, otherwise known as whores. They're just looking for the next deal. I got to have a deal. It's all about a deal. And so you love on this person until you close escrow, and then you never talk to them again. Transactional.
Yes.
The best, highest, greatest success in this industry are agents that are building a relational operation where they're making sure there's a way for them and their team to stay in conversation, to stay in contact, continue connect, and serve and educate, and the deals magically show up.
I always need to be reminded of this. I mean, at least once a week. And if I feel that way, I know most agents feel that way as well. Yeah. When I was an agent in the beginning, I was transactional. I would say, I want this many sales a year. And I wasn't even thinking about like, oh, how was I impactful? How did I make their life better? It was, I need to sell, sell, sell. No one wants to be sold. People want to buy. When you chase people, it has the opposite effect. You want to attract. How can you attract? Events. You want to circle back again. So what makes for a great event in your mind, Mr. Ruscalia?
Well, before we do, let's hit back to this piece because it's very important. I'm glad we went here.
Okay.
We have this commission breath. We have this transactional world because we need the money. We're in a place of we have to have dollars to pay our bills. So all of a sudden we drop into that limited mindset, that need mindset, and short-term thinking mindset. Got to get money now. And I get it. And yet, if you just play the long game,
right,
the relationship game, it will happen magically. It's quantum physics. It's worldview 2 thinking. It's things behind the scenes magically happen when you do the right things, and business comes. Though you're building relationships here, magically, all of a sudden, business comes from a different direction.
yes.
And it works. So a great event, are you asking now a great event to attend or a great event to host?
A great event to attend. What would you say like agents should look for? Because we're inundated with events all the time. What makes an event truly great?
So a couple of things I'd really want you guys to do out of the gate, if you're especially new to attending different events and doing different things. Find a place that's going to have multiple perspectives. I hate to say this because I'm undermining myself, but if it's one of my events where I'm the one on stage for 4 hours delivering my perspective, unless I'm your flavor, not the place I'd recommend going right now.
Right.
I'd rather see you in a place where there's multiple perspectives, multiple people talking, which, by the way, is also how you host events. You put the event up and then you find other people to provide the content. People in your own market are happy to help. So they both play hand in hand. So one, multiple perspectives. Two, and it goes back to what we talked about earlier, really outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
You are thinking you're going to be able to go relax by going to this event. It's the wrong event. It should challenge you. It should challenge your thinking. It should be uncomfortable. The more so, the better.
So you don't go to an event just to like kick back and relax and take a break from making calls and stuff? Like
I would never recommend taking a break from making calls. You know that. That being said, no, we go to learn, we go to expand, we go to be challenged. And that's how we can accelerate our business. I mean, you guys are seeing now, and I'm going to tie it back to something you said at the beginning. I don't do enough transactions to be able to speak. And there's this story about doing enough transactions.
Right. Right. There's a lot of agents that have a great message. They're afraid to get it out there because they think in their mind, their narrative is, I'm not good enough. I don't sell enough houses, when in actuality, nothing could be further from the truth. If you believe you have and can provide really good content and bring other people that are better than you on stage with yourself, that's a knockout. That's like the trifecta for me.
The other best content that I love is when people are sharing their screw ups, because that's how we learn.
Jesus.
And it's much more authentic and real. I can get up and say, here's all the great things I did as a real estate professional. And I had a massive production, life was awesome, etc. And yet to have actually had the president of Keller Williams International wanting me fired, that was money. That was money.
Okay.
Oh, it's a great story. Because again, I was following the models, I was building, and I was creating chaos. Chaos in the marketplace that was so abundant that it went all the way up to her office.
That is amazing. And by the way, we can talk about failure all day long. I think we could go back and forth the stories.
Oh yeah.
For events, I'm glad that you said this because I feel the need to share with everybody, and it's at the bottom of the ticker tape. I'm hosting an event on Thursday, June 13th, 10 to 12. It's 2 hours. I don't want everybody sitting down, listening or taking notes all day long. That's not needed. But what we do have are 2 speakers. I'm the moderator. I like to surround myself with really great people. You need to come out again, Russ, because you gave one of the best freaking events speeches I've ever heard. But for Thursday, June 13th, we have Casey Council, who I love because she is a transformational coach. This is not about real estate. It's about mindset. It's about gaining clarity in your life that will spill out into work. And what I've found from working with you, Russ, is this. You and I often don't talk about sales and, whoa, are you doing this? Are you doing that? It is really the outside of work, because when you get your mind straight, when you work on yourself, that's the building, that's the foundation, not sand, freaking concrete. And that builds your work ethic and everything. So we have Casey Council, and then I have Rosie Rodriguez, the president of EXP Latino. So I'm psyched. They're flying in from California. I want you flying in from Puerto Rico or wherever, Mississippi, Alabama, Dallas, Texas.
I'm Puerto Rico. I'm a Puerto Rican. You know that.
I want you coming out in, what is it, June, July, August, September.
I will actually probably be stateside August and September doing some other travel. So we may be able to make that work. So let's look on that. Here's the key. If you're still watching this, you're here at the end, get to this event. I bet you $20 you'll cry. It'll push you that hard. I know Casey. I know Casey well. I know her content, and it's a game changer for you. So love her. Make sure you send my love when you're there. All right.
I will. She's coming. She's going to stay for a couple days. I'm going to take her on the Rocky Steps like I did with you.
Nice.
Maybe get a cheesesteak. I don't know what's going to happen. Some crazy stuff.
Crazy. All right, man. This was a good, lengthy. I can't believe we went. That was the fastest 25 minutes of the day so far.
Good. Glad. I hope people got a lot out of it. This is going to continue to run. And then I'm going to save this, upload on YouTube, and then I'm also going to send it out to all the agents in my MailChimp campaign.
So if you will send a copy of this to me.
Okay.
Also, and this is for everybody still watching, send it to my video editor who will use AI and pull out shorts and reels.
Right. Oh, yeah. I want that. I'm going to send that to you right now. And I want that shit broken down.
You got it. All right. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.